Good afternoon to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm very honored for this occasion. So what I'm going to talk now is actually a topic that has been all across the presentations today. Is about dreaming and how this is related to entrepreneurship and to innovation. I will show my theory. So the goal here will be to, during this presentation, you see a simple strategy to achieve your goals in life and in your professional career as well, in 9 steps. So dreams, what is that? What are dreams? What are we talking about? Going to the moon, is that a dream? It has been achieved, yes. Having a large family, a small family, a happy family. Helping other people can be a dream as well. Having leisure times, enjoying traveling can be also something of a dream. Or having your own company, like a lot of people today we could see here, being entrepreneurs. Also, some people think, why not getting rich? That's also some dream. So what I want you to think for the next minute, what I ask you, everyone here, is for you to think, what is your dream? What's the biggest dream you have that you haven't fulfilled? Please do that. Even if it looks impossible, even if it seems unreachable, think about it. It will be necessary for the whole presentation. It can be more than one as well. So, the fantastic strategy from dream to successful projects that I present here is very simple. First, you have to think about your motivations. What moves you? What in life moves you? What things do you love to do? What would you love to do every day? What would you like your life to be? We've seen a fantastic example here just in the beginning of the afternoon about daring and dreaming and skydiving and going through a lot of experiences. So where does that dream affect the place where you live? Do you have changed place to actually be able to fulfill the dream? So first, have the dream, the vision, step 1. Based on this motivation, it has to fit all together. So the dream has to fit with what you want to do, with what moves you. Then you have to specify it. Pick up a blank paper and write down what you want to do and break it into other bullets. And spend some time on that. Then you will have to dare to live your dream. It's not enough to have the dream. A lot of people have dreams. Everyone has dreams. But you have to really want and to put out your hands on it and go working for that. So, you write a vision and you have to stick to it. You'll need people. Probably the dream you have in your hand won't be enough to do by yourself. You'll need complementary people that are able to do the things that you're not so good at. If necessary, and then you have to share the dream, and the vision has to become a common vision. And then you will also need a plan in order to get funding. Of course, you'll have to implement it. And when you fail, you'll need to readjust and try again and again and again and again. So there's an example I know best. I know better because it's my example. It doesn't mean that it's a good example, but it's the one I know from closer distance. So this is an interactive presentation here. And I would like people that want to know my achieved dreams to stand up. Okay. Thank you. So I'll start with my failed dreams. So, create an international wine export business. I thought that was so good. So good idea. I had great Portuguese wines. Nobody knew these wines. I was living in Sweden. And I thought, no, I'm going to make it. I made a company, I had a website, I made a marketing campaign, I visited producers, I visited the wine regions, I visited the restaurant, Michelin restaurant, I went to the importers, I made deals, I got agreements, I got on the newspapers, on the magazines. It didn't work. Well, that's life. 1 year, and at some point I realized that the money I had was just going to zero with the profit and the investments. Another dream I had was to be a surfer. So I had the surfboard and a wetsuit, and I thought it looked so cool going on the beach, and it was fashion, you know. But it didn't work. I was a total disaster as a surfer. Well, then I thought, well, why not play an instrument? Well, you don't want to hear that. And more, a lot more, but, well, I think it's enough. And also the human brain has a selective memory, so you most of all remember the good things and the dreams you achieved. So do you have failed dreams? Why? Why have they failed? In what did they fail? Did you live the dream? Did you go for it? Did you put yourself totally into that? Well, okay, now I will tell about the dreams I achieved. Since I was a kid, I loved the Jungle Book. So I actually wanted to go on an elephant. So that was a dream. And I actually went last year to Indonesia, and I was riding on an elephant. I felt really happy about it. Fulfilled something in life. Yes, great. And then another dream I had was when I was 16-year-old. My mother was a doctor. She had a mobile like this, and it was so cool. And nobody else had a mobile. She couldn't talk to anyone almost, but... But I thought, I would love to work in a company like this. But there was only one problem. I was in Portugal, and the company was in Sweden. So I started here in 1994, and then I went to study to Erasmus in Toulouse in 98. And I stayed there for 6 months, and then I started to work there for finishing my graduation. And then I met a Swedish girl, and then I went to Sweden. But well, it was not easy. I had to drive all the way to Sweden with my old Peugeot car, and he actually made the trip. But all my friends, everyone I knew told me, you will never make it. You will never make it. You have all the odds against you. You don't speak Swedish. You're not Swedish. You don't have contacts. You don't have friends there. You don't have family there. You will not get a job. But I took the car, drove there for 3 days, and when I got there, I was about to finish my graduation. I still had some exams. And I started to write CVs. So I was sending CVs by the email. I wrote to 80 companies, all the companies in the region that had IT, talking about me and what I could do. And then at some point, I got 3 interviews. And I said, okay, not too bad. And I went to, one day, I went on Ericsson's door, at the one company from Ericsson, and I knocked at the door. A waiter got into answering me, and she said, well, what do you want? And I said, well, I would like to talk to the president, please. Do you have a meeting? Well, no, but I wrote him an email, and I come from Portugal, and that's a long way. And she says, okay, I'll do what I can do. And after 10 minutes, there was the president of Ericsson coming down the door to say, hi, hello, how are you? Come to my office. So I spent half an hour speaking to the president of this company, which at the end said, you know, I think you actually fit here. There's only one problem about this job. You will have to travel a lot. And so it did. So it happened. At Christmas time, when I came back to Portugal to finish my exams, I got a contract on the mailbox. And I moved to Sweden. But then I was doing the thing I loved, working on software engineering in 8 countries, helping the companies getting better in their software inside the Ericsson and to other clients. But then I was not happy because the weather was so bad and it was so cold, and I missed my family and friends, and I was like, what should I do now? So I decided to go back. How could I come back 5 years later, and I had to start everything from zero? I didn't know any company. Well, I had some friends that actually I kept in touch and in my family, but it was a very small network. And I wanted the quality of life. I wanted the family, the friends, the sun, everything. But there was no company like this in Portugal that would do this kind of job. I was too specialized to come back. So it was not easy. It was hard, actually. And I needed a network. I needed to know people. I needed to try to make something out of for a living. So with a group of people, we created the alumni of software engineers, which is now 800 people. And that helped it a lot, I can tell you. After that, okay, another dream also, I'm not sure actually, I think I haven't achieved this one, to be a businessman and an international entrepreneur. But well, We are now on a business that is doing the same that we were doing back there. So we came here and we dared, and we a team of experts from the faculty and also other international Portuguese people that have come back, we have set it up some company here with Portuguese people, with Portuguese technology, and now we're going global. Also, another dream I had was to teach at film, but I was not that brilliant. I didn't have these excellent or even good grades. So I had to wait and wait and wait. And then there was an opportunity, and I was there, and I was lucky. So I actually fulfilled another dream. Well, also another dream I had was to participate on a Bollywood movie, which is not a very regular dream, I guess. But I was with my girlfriend in the center of Mumbai, in Kolkata, and a guy came to me and asked us, "Do you want to buy ash?" And I was like, "No." And my girlfriend asked, "Oh, we want to be on a Bollywood movie." A Bollywood movie? Wait a second. And then after 10 minutes comes a German guy to us. "So you want to be on a movie? Okay, on a Bollywood movie. Tomorrow, are you here?" And it was our last day in India. "Well, we are." Okay, so they paid us a car to get us. They paid us food. They gave us money. They dressed us, and we were, you can check it on the YouTube. It's there. We only show for a couple of seconds, but well. And then there was another dream that I fulfilled, and my point here is that you should not put aside your life and your personal goals just for the business sake. So there was another dream I fulfilled some months ago. And then another dream, of course, TEDxO'Porto, which is fabulous, and congratulations for this great event. But most important of all, remember, the dream you saw before. Don't forget, stick to that dream. Your dream has to be achieved. You have to fulfill it. It doesn't matter if it's to plant a tree, to have a baby, to write a book, if it's to start a business, to start a museum, a restaurant, a high-tech company, to grow your business, to go international, whatever. So what? What does dreams have to do with entrepreneurship and innovation? You can wonder. Well, it is a lesson that I got from an American guy. When I was back in the Software Engineering Institute studying at the Carnegie Mellon, after a while, I really needed coffee because it was quite a lot of studies and exams. So there was a coffee machine. I went to the coffee machine, and then there's this American fellow that comes to me and asks, "So where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Portugal." Of course, I thought he doesn't know where Portugal is. But he said, "Well, Portugal. Yes, the land of Ferdinand Magellan. Wow, and you have Henry the Navigator. You had the best Navy school ever. You got all the experts in Sagres, and you built this school. You knew the seas, you knew the winds, and you knew the stars, and you got to new worlds, and you actually conquered the world, and you were the superpower, like we are now." I was like, well, I think he got a point there. There's something about dreams. And I want to show you these three successful cases, and these are the ones I know for longer. There's a lot more in this room and in the country, but I will just mention these that I've been talking to. So, Altitude Software, Brito Barros, he started with zero. He just had a dream, a vision of creating a group of agencies that didn't need a bank all around the world, and he picked up a team. He got a plan. He got a first client that paid him a lot of cash. He got a product then. Then he needed financial support, and he went internationally. And he got to the peak of 300 million euros. From zero, 300 million euros. And he's the most international Portuguese company with 600 clients all over the world. Then Murta is a fabulous example. He was at Sonai, a retail company, working in Portugal, but his dream was, I want the largest retails in the world. I want to work with the best and the largest. And well, they spin off from Sonai. They asked Belmiro, the owner of Sonai, for $500,000, and they gave it back 6 months later. And then they got from 30,000 euros to 100 million euros in 3 years. Critical software. Well, a team that was coming from both the faculty and experts on the field, they were hired from NASA. They are Portuguese. They worked internationally on defense, on space industry, and they were certified on the worldwide certification level 5, which is the maximum level, only 20 in Europe. So they all started with a dream. That's my point here. And I dare you to live your dream, yours dream. So you have to do like Henry the Navigator, you have to do like Magellan's dream, be passionate, innovate, and internationalize. You'll have to go for the world. Portugal is too small. So, remembering, have a dream based on what you love, your motivations. Write it down, believe it, and dare to live it. You have to dare to go ahead. Write down the vision, how to get there. And get a team that can do what you are not able to do, so together you can go far. Do a plan, get funding, implement it step by step. And when you fail, readjust and try again. Put a lot of energy so your dream can become true. Dare to live your dream is my message today. Thank you very much.